Hello chess lovers, Suren here, and in this video I would like to share with you a fantastic game from 2014 Top Chess Engine Championship. This game was played between Arasan and Qh4. Arasan is an open source engine written by John Dart in C++ and was released in the early 1990s. And Qh4 is on the black side, which was programmed by Slovakian programmer Richard Vida. But before starting our game, would like to warm up your brain. Please take a look at this position and try to find mate in 3. It's black to move. I will wait for your answer in the comment section. Back to our main board, and now without further ado, let's see what happened in the game of these two beasts. Arasan opened up with c4 and Qh4 responded with c5. We have the symmetrical English, knight f3, knight f6, knight c3, d5, c takes d5, knight takes d5, g3. We have the exchange of knights on c3 and g6. Yes, black is also preparing to fianchetto his kingside bishop, after which we have castling by both sides. Queen a4, queen b6, queen h4. As you know, computers love making moves with their queens and keeping them active, especially those old-time computers loved those queen maneuvers, but this is not what you should do in chess, and now Arasan will face some problems. With knight c6, meanwhile Qh4 proceeds with his development. a4, bishop d7, bishop a3, queen a5, rook b1, the pawn on b7 is hanging with b6, bishop b2, rook d8, and queen f4. Another move with the queen, which looks a bit dubious. Instead of playing queen f4, Stockfish suggests h3 or d4, but in our game we have queen f4. Now comes e5, and after queen c4, this time we have bishop e6. Yes, by attacking white queen, very quickly black managed to activate his position. In here again, white moved back his queen on h4. This time we have h6. Black is preventing any possible knight g5 jumps. That's why h6 was played. d3, rook e8, knight d2, knight d4, another beautiful move, and after c takes d4 we have queen takes d2. Yes, Qh4 goes for complications, and if we have a look at this white queen, the queen is out of the game while black queen is very active. d takes c5 was played, b takes c5, bishop c6. With his last move, Arasan attacked black rook, but in here, instead of moving away his rook, Qh4 made a fantastic decision and played c4. Yes, Qh4 goes for an exchange sacrifice, but let's see where is black's compensation. Bishop takes e8 was played, rook takes e8, and queen e4. Otherwise, if we move like d takes c4, then black can capture on e4. Right now the threat is g5, and if c5, then bishop d5 is coming, and black can start exploiting the weaknesses of the light squares. That's why after rook takes e8 we have queen e4, and this time we have c3. Yes, suddenly black managed to get a passed pawn on c5, and this is becoming very scary. Bishop a3 was played. This time we have bishop f5, queen d5, and we have c2. The mighty pawn reached the second rank. Rook e1. This time we have e4, queen b5, the rook is hanging. We have another move with white queen, rook e6, bishop b4. We have reached the critical position, where in here Qh4 made another fantastic decision. As you can see right now, the queen on d2 is hanging, but in here Qh4 played e3. Look at this majestic move, guys. Now the threat is e takes f2 check. That's why Arasan accepted the queen sacrifice and e takes d2. Right now Qh4 has two passed pawns on the second rank. This is an epic position. Queen b4. The queen is coming to support the rook. And now of course black has to be careful, although d takes e1 looks tempting, but in this case white can manage to defend. If rook b1, then queen c1 is very strong. Of course not rook c1 because of this bishop b2. That's why white should play queen c1, and white is managing to prolong his resistance. But in our game, after queen b4, instead of capturing on e1, Qt went for another sacrifice. This time Qt played rook takes e2. This is simply epic, guys. What's happening? Rook takes e2 was played, and once the rook is lured away from the first rank, we have a queen promotion. Rook takes d1, check, queen takes d1, rook e1, queen takes d3. If we have a look at the position, the storm is over and black has two powerful bishops against the rook. Also, the light squares are very weakened and white is in trouble. Here we have queen b8 check, king h7, queen takes a7. White queen is busy with grabbing a pawn, but white's position is totally lost. Queen d5, the threat is bishop h3, queen e3. Now if you play bishop h3, then white can play queen e4. That's why after queen e3, Qt made another powerful move and played bishop c3. Another very impressive deflective sacrifice. Now if queen takes c3, then bishop h3 is coming. If f3 this time, queen a2 is winning. White king is in a mating net. Or after bishop c3, if rook e2, then again bishop h3 is winning. After bishop c3, Arasan made a desperate move, played g4, but after bishop takes e1, resigned. If g takes f5, then simply bishop a5, and yes, this is an easy win for black. That's why after bishop takes e1, we have a resignation. This was simply a fantastic game, guys. We first saw an exchange sacrifice, then a queen sacrifice allowed Qt to gain two powerful passed pawns on the second rank. Then the rook sacrifice followed, and finally by exploiting the weaknesses of the light squares, Qt forced Arasan to resign. Thanks for watching. If you liked this game, give the thumbs up. For more games, consider subscribing to my channel. Also press the bell button to get notified about new uploads. I will see you in my next video. Take care.